Let me start with the wizard of spin. Murali, it's always such a pleasure to speak with you and attend spin attack in the tournament. Both of them bear different...
Shakib is very consistent bowler, and he's been part of so many World Cups in T20, and also he was playing for Calcutta for so long. And also he can bowl in the death and also can bowl in the power play. That is a big asset. And if you're talking about Rashid, he is formidable wicket taker. So every team has to have a wicket taking spinner. So we can use him a lot now. Last year we used him a lot in the power plays. So this year Shakib can cover that, and he'll be useful in the middle overs and he can take wickets. Then we can't underestimate others as well, because we got Bipul, Mehdi as two Indian spinners and two all-round spinners, Yusuf and Huda. So we have a formidable spin attack. I'm very happy what we got from the auction, and I should thank both other persons, because without their help we could now not get them as well, because they also same line of, I always said to them, we need some spin attack always, because to win a championship you need a spinners, because that's vital. So we got what we want. Now all up to the players to perform, and we want to get first stage to qualify for the playoffs. That's the most important thing.
Thank you. Tom, the man in charge of the team.
We're delighted to have Kane step in as captain this year. We've all seen what he's capable of doing with his leadership with New Zealand. New Zealand is a country that I think a lot of the cricketing nations around the world admire, and one of the main reasons they admire New Zealand is the way they play their cricket, and that comes from the captain, the way that he leads. Strategically, he is very sound. He reads the game very well. He played an important role in the Sunrisers over the last couple of years with his assistance, even though he wasn't a noted leader as a named vice captain or anything. He just showed his leadership in support to David Warner over the last few years, and he clearly showed that not only is he a natural leader, but he's someone that's prepared to step up and stand out when it counts, and that's what we want from his leadership this year.
Thank you. Now that we've heard the bowling one, and with Shikhar at top, do you think that the batting lineup seems quite settled?
Yeah, absolutely. You've talked about these 4 or 5 top-class batsmen, but there's a lot of depth in the batting lineup, and that's something which was a conscious effort going into the auction, because over the last 2-3 years we were not really happy that our middle order that they didn't play to their expectation. That's something which we consciously focused on, targeting players who can not only do well as a batsman up the order, and Shikhar and Warner have been sensational. Shikhar, and I'm sure that he will continue his good run even this year. But this year we got players who can do well in the middle overs and players who can finish off games. So I think that's why there's a lot of depth, and not only the international stars. I'm really excited that a lot of uncapped Indian batsmen who are there in the side, and in the couple of practice games we played, they showed that they're in good nick, they're in good form, and they've improved as a batsman over what we saw them in the last couple of years. So that's really exciting, because the more depth you have got, especially on the bench, you've got players who can come in and walk into the playing 11, then it automatically shows that there's a lot of strength in the batting lineup. And luckily, this year we got a lot of depth in the batting lineup. And I'm sure that they will go out and express themselves, because especially in T20 format, it's very important to play with a lot of freedom. And that's something which Tom Moody, myself always tell to the players, is go out, exhibit their talent, play to their potential, play with a fearless mind. And I'm sure that they will do that, and they will get a lot of runs to the Sunrisers team this year.
Great, thank you. Murali, what is the most crucial thing for us getting big runs from those 4 overs? Should he attack or look to contain the batsman?
It's all depend on the condition and depend on the batsman, and it depends on the situation. It depends because we can't say, because sometimes you need wickets, because if you are chasing, if you are defending a very small total, and if you have a big total, then you can defend. So always wicket is more important, because that will slow down the run rate as well. But it depends on the situation. We can't point out and say this is what it depends, because it's all about variation we need for the bowlers, and also confidence. The confidence is most important in T20, because you can get first ball 6, and if your confidence goes down, then you won't finish over better. So anyone can hit to a 6 in a T20 first ball, then the next 5 balls you can bowl really well and finish a good over. So those are the things are important in T20.
Thank you. Tom, I can ask you this because you were an all-rounder yourself.
Look, it's a difficult question in that, I think that what the most important thing is we have a team that is always contributing. We're not relying on any individual or any particular discipline. I think, as Laxman quite rightly articulated at the beginning, we feel that we've had a successful auction. We've managed to compile what we feel is a very well-balanced squad, a squad that's got a lot of experience and a lot of variety. So we have the option to go into many situations with different combinations depending on what the conditions are, what our opponent is. And so from our point of view, we feel certainly that both our batting and bowling is a formidable force. It's just a case of us collectively getting it right on the day, and we'll certainly create, as leaders off the field, create an environment where players feel comfortable to go out there and express themselves. But we feel we've got a lot of depth in our batting, right from the very senior players right down to some exciting young talent coming through. And obviously with our bowling, we feel we've got a lot of diversity and a lot of depth and quality and experience in our bowling unit. So, I think from, as the season unfolds, we'll see bowlers win games for us and we'll see batsmen win games for us. And I think that as long as we have that consistency throughout the tournament, we'll find ourselves at the pointy end where we want to be.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Kane's strengths as a captain earlier, and we're thrilled to have someone like Kane in our squad. And to be fair, it was very much planned to retain Kane as the batsman, but also the leader, knowing that he was so valuable to us. We weren't foreseeing the situation that's unfolded over the last few weeks, but we have a squad and a plan that has the backup. There's with David Warner's suspension, at the end of the day, he could have broken his thumb in the last Test match in South Africa and he would have been out of the IPL. We've seen a number of players withdraw from the IPL as well with other franchises. It's one of those things that, we certainly feel it's a squad, it's a collective number that wins championships. It's not an individual. Yes, David's been important to us for last couple of years and he's led the team well, he's batted very well, but we feel that with the players that we've got within our squad, they're more than capable of stepping up and taking the opportunity. When one door closes, another one opens, and we're very confident with the talent that we've got in our squad that they'll be able to pick up and march on without any troubles at all.
Thank you, Tom. Anyone else?
Last year we did have 2 spinners most of the games because we could play only 1. This year definitely we will play 2 spinners because Saqib is an all-rounder as well. That is the most important thing for us because we can get out of some batting as well, so we can balance the side more. Then we got some all-round spinners as well. So some pitches is most important because you have to play 3 spinners. So we got this time, and also Rashid is a very attacking bowler. We depend on wickets, on taking wickets from him, and also Shakib also done well in every team he played. So I think both of them can deliver what we expected.
Very little, to be honest, because we have a very well balanced squad where we have a number of different people that can fill different roles within the team. We're replacing a good captain in David Warner, who was vice captain of the Australian team, with another international captain. From our point of view, we're not asking anyone to step out of their comfort. They're very familiar with the role of captain and have had a very successful time as a leader. And as I touched on, I think with the success we had in the auction, we managed to get the depth and the balance that we wanted. Therefore, losing an impact player like David Warner, we've managed to feel that we can still get the balance we want, still have the impact that we want in our top six. We're pretty comfortable, and to be honest with you, there's nothing we can do about what's happened with David Warner, and we've moved on from that, so it's probably a good opportunity for everyone else to move on.
Franchise will have a good team, and T20 format, especially T20 format, is such a format where one good innings or a couple of good overs can change the result of the match. So I think it's important that as Sunrisers, we focus on our strengths. Yes, definitely we will assess and create strategies based on the opposition teams. But if we play to our strengths, more often than not, we will get the desired results. But also getting the momentum early on in the tournament will be very crucial, because we have seen in the past the T20 format, if you have momentum on your side, then you can win a lot of matches consistently and consecutively. So I think we are very excited, as I mentioned before, with the squad we have got, with the depth we have got in both batting and bowling department. And for the first time since we have started playing IPL, we got the luxury of picking 4 or 5 combinations, which I think not many teams will have. So that's why I reiterate that if you play to our potential, we've got the players who can go on to win the IPL tournament for Sunrisers this year. Absolutely, that's why we paid such a big amount for Manish Pandey. Yeah, and not only Manish Pandey, see, he's an exceptional talent, and I think I'm sure he's excited being part of Sunrisers, because he's a match winner. And that was a conscious effort from 3 of us during the auction, that we always try to pick players who have an impact role in winning the matches. It's just not about scoring runs, it's not just about taking wickets, it's about winning matches. And luckily in our squad, along with Manish, there are a lot of players, in fact a lot of them, every one of them on their own can win the matches for Sunrisers in the given day. So that's something which we are very happy about. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to Manish going out and playing to his potential, because he's a dangerous batsman and he's a match winner. At Uppal. But as I mentioned just now, it's very important to start off on a winning note, and no undue pressure on the players, but we know the ground so well. We will take advantage of the home conditions. We will make use of the support we get whenever we play in Hyderabad, and I'm sure that we will start off on a winning note and have the momentum on our side.
I wanted to ask you...
Impact player up front. You're always going to have divided opinion on whenever you select any sort of player, but we strongly felt that he's an international quality impact player that's available for the whole tournament. He's a right-hander, so if we opt to use him at the top of the order, we've got a left-right-hand combination, which is obviously handy to have. And he's just recently dedicated himself to white ball cricket. So he's fully committed to continue to develop and grow as a white ball cricketer. And that's important to us with regards to, we can see that he's got a commitment to continue to grow. And that's one of our philosophies as a management group, is identifying talent, yes, but identifying talent that are prepared to continue to grow as individuals and cricketers, because we obviously as a franchise will grow with them.